Back by popular demand.
Parklane Academy from Macomb, Mississippi. As you mentioned, I told somebody before the game, they've been a prestigious athletic school back before it was cool.
Yeah.
And this year they come in with an exceptional roster and must have 80 men on the sideline. And Coach Phil Junkins mentioned in the Coach Phil Junkins show that we have 86 boys, 9th through 12th grade, and they have 80 on their football team. So it just shows you how much they have to choose from in Macomb compared to us. But as I said, it's a wrestling match when you face
That's
the
right.
Bucs kicking off. Killingsworth kick.
Onside kick.
Well, the watermelon kick recovered by number 82, and that's going to give Parklane exceptional field position. Tell us a little bit about this quarterback that they are lining up behind center.
So Amarian Jefferson, I was watching film earlier. He actually had a big interception at defensive back. He's an exceptional athlete. You know, they played against Hartfield last week and they lost. They're actually coming off 3 losses in a row, so they're going to be coming out with a little bit of a vendetta tonight. He has all the tools necessary to be an elite quarterback. Last week we saw an elite quarterback at Presbyterian Christian. This week I think we're posed to see the same thing. Hopefully, though, we still come out with a victory. In the I formation, hands it up the middle. And they get a decent push right there. Mr. Positive, before the game, we pointed out, and somebody that's watching this right now on Buck Vision, let's watch the center tonight. We saw him in warm-ups. He looked like a pretty explosive kid. That's a point on the offensive line that is so integral, and it looks like they have a solid one here tonight for the Pioneers.
Offensive line in general looks powerful.
And that was a flag caught on that play. Did you see number 52 right there kicking out on that play? He was coming aggressively I think that's Williams. He is not afraid to come
the
around.
left guard on
Yes,
that
sir.
play.
He was pulling on that play, the pulling guard, to kick out Williams. So we're going to be watching that tonight as well.
We're glad to have Christian Williams back in the lineup. He was one of those casualties of the flu that didn't get to play last week.
And we jump off sides.
It looked like Williams, the seasoned quarterback, he's transferred into Parklane from Tylertown High School, where he was Tylertown's quarterback. And I haven't kept up with Tylertown's record lately, but I can tell you this, they're good.
Right.
Every year.
Right. Hands it up the middle to McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy takes a cut to the middle of the field. Not much movement right there. The Hawk, Chris Bird, would really like that run. He made one cut, went north and south. You know, as we can see already, this offensive line is going to be pretty solid, so we're going to have to stuff the holes. Of course, we're getting a feel for each other right now. So,
yeah, exactly. Their offensive line is what their calling card so far tonight.
Great job by Williams right there of getting his ankles. You know, Brandon Taylor that played at LSU from Franklinton, Louisiana, one thing he was really good at is getting to those ankles and getting guys down in open field. Hey, that might have been a 15, 20-yard run right there if he's
Cale
not there.
McDaniel, number 58, checks into the game for Engine Joe Josiah Miller, who got the start at defense tonight.
Jefferson hands it up the middle to McGillicuddy and is quickly taken down by number 77.
The big gun, Bryce Graham. Also in there giving a good push in the middle, number 58, Cale McDaniel. Let me tell you something. I just met Cale McDaniel's dad for the first time, and he showed me a video of Cale powerlifting, squatting 700 pounds.
Yep. Pope John Paul is a fantastic powerlifting program, and so he's more than likely lifting that much weight. That is very impressive, though. Jefferson throws it deep, and the ball was out of bounds. Fantastic coverage right there by Russell Wilson and by Devion Bickham.
Well, Diamond Dev and Russell Wilson, let me tell you, you cannot cover a receiver any better than that. It looked like the receiver kind of gave Russell Wilson a little bit of a push to get separation, but Russell closed back in on him, and then Devion over the top from the safety position was right on the spot.
Look, we're set up with 2 high right now. It's 4th down. Yep. 4th and about 5. Puts the halfback in motion. Takes the handoff. And the Buccaneers hold them short. Hey, what a stand right there. What a fantastic stand. At the beginning of that drive, I was a little bit nervous, to be honest with you.
They were going to take it down the field. Right there, the big gun, Bryce Graham, gets out and gets enough of an arm on him, enough of a wing on him to slow him down.
Hey.
Broke his tempo. Then Kel McDaniel, along with LJ, Bobby Boucher, Jenkins, made the tackle. First time on offense tonight for the Bucs. Maddox, Flacco McGee at quarterback.
Buccaneers the wing T offense. We have an arch motion and then a handoff up the middle to Josiah Miller. Obviously, you're watching on Buck Vision, so you can tell there is a significant size difference between the Parklane Pioneers up front and our Bowling Green Buccaneers. I'll say this. I don't care, right? Our guys are gritty, and they're going to get after them, and they better show up. Parklane better show up tonight because our offensive line gets after it for sure.
We know how to do what we do, and that's run the ball between the tackles. Maybe a 1-yard gain on that particular play.
Arch motion again, and we toss it to the motion man. Devion Bickham is quickly taken down by number 17. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Number 17 reminds me a lot of Dylan Moses from he ended up going to IMG that ended up playing to Alabama.
University of Alabama.
Yeah.
I was going to say he reminded me of number 31 that Alabama has right now.
Yeah, that's a big kid.
Where's number 17? Let me tell you. He is a monster.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Playing linebacker.
Yeah.
He's the biggest kid on the field, period.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Buccaneers line up in their wing T offense. Hand it around the edge to Cowart. Cowart makes a good cut back inside, but is taken down by a pair of Pioneers.
Well, Cowart did a great job right there making number 17, Jim Rockford is his name. Number 17, Jim Rockford. Made him miss, cut it back toward the middle, but then when you get the defensive backs to come up and support, Drake Killingsworth in the punt.
So, what we have to do, now of course I might be totally wrong here, but what probably the offensive line coach is saying right now is we got to get to that second level, guys.
Yeah.
You got to get to that second level, knock down those backers, because look, Cowart might could have ran free right there with that cut. And
beautiful
Killingsworth with another beautiful punt. It does go out of bounds. From up here,
it looked like it was going to land in the field of play.
Yeah,
still a beautiful punt. Best punter for my money. I've not seen everybody's punter. Now, a couple years ago, last year, Franklinton had the kicker / punter.
Yeah, they were able, you know.
What was his name?
Cole Coletti.
Yeah.
He was an all-district kicker and punter. They've had a string of good kickers and punters. One thing that they started there, though, they had the soccer program. So we pick up the soccer guys and tell them, hey, come out, kick for us.
But for my money, the most gifted punter
is Drake Killingsworth. He's got the leverage. McGillicuddy gets the ball up the middle and is stuffed for a gain of about maybe a yard or two.
Williams comes up, fired up. McDaniel on the bottom of the pile along with Bobby Boucher. I'm calling Meadowlark LJ Jenkins Bobby Boucher.
Number 9.
As a water boy reference because he's playing that position and wearing number 9.
They're in a I formation with 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. And they run a curl
Morgan
route right
Verrett
there.
and the water boy on the tackle, but Trey Ripple Champagne sold out to the ball right there. And Major, he almost had that. That's a pick six.
Yeah.
6:43 left in the first quarter. No score. Both teams have had the ball once. This is Parklane's second offensive possession. 0-0 is your score.
Buccaneers are calling strong right now. I formation to the left. McGillicuddy gets it. And he gets at least probably I would say a 20-yard gain right there. A good run by McGillicuddy, piercing the middle of that Buccaneer defense.
Tackle made by number 18, Tombstone, Morgan Verrett. I mentioned last week and the week prior to that, you don't call Verrett's name as much this year because linebackers and defensive linemen make tackles.
Doing their job. And Pioneers pick up some yards there. Number 81 was the big key to that play right there for the Pioneers. He did a good job of kicking out the end man on the line, and the running back was able to just fit right through that seam. You know, playing that fullback position, you've got to be able to take angles and know how to kick people out to be successful. So definitely something that we're going to have to combat tonight. Line up in an I formation. There's a little bit of a collision in the backfield, but Jefferson takes it himself and makes a, you know, I don't really, like to brag on the other team too much. I do that sometimes. I try to stay pretty objective here, but when you make Devion Dick on this like that, you're pretty skilled. You know, that's an athlete we're looking at right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Devion is as shifty and quick to change direction as anybody that you'll normally see. And Miriam Jefferson just put the old Fred Astaire on him right there.
And it looks like there's an offside. Hey, I think it's a good time to bring this up. You look at Jefferson right there. I don't know what they have him listed at. He's probably 6'1". You know, you might have a kid that's 5'8" and shifty, but guess what? There's kids out there that are 6'1", 6'2" that are also shifty.
Yeah.
So you have to, definitely understand there are levels to this game, and he's somebody that we're gonna have to get underneath and wrap him up really good and bring him down because he's gonna be a threat against us tonight.
Nice kick by the kicker, Freddie Prinz. Might be having a little microphone difficulty on my end here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is the first quarter. We got 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter. The score right now is Pioneers 7, Buccaneers 0. And the Pioneers are lining up for the kickoff. Some takeaways from that last drive. They're running the I formation a pretty good bit with two guys out. Some people even call it, doubles to the right, whatever. Hey,
heck of a good-looking kicker. The doggone kicker must be 6'3", number 16, Freddie Prinz.
Here's a funny guy, and he kicks off.
Oh, he caught that on the side. Shank, rattle, and roll.
Yes, indeed. He missed that one.
That kick was as far left as Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, from Bernie Sanders, yeah. The Hawk, if you're listening, you'd appreciate that.
The Hawk is spending the weekend in Starkville, where Simsburg is on the campus of Mississippi State University.
Oh, well, that's enemy territory for the Hawk. As an Ole Miss graduate, he's spending a little bit of time across the DMZ.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Buccaneers line up in the wing T formation. McGee hands it off to Miller. Miller's bouncing out, and he gets exactly 5 yards on that run right there.
Well, you see, when you have 80-some-odd kids to choose from, you can choose size paired with speed. But a lot of times you play teams Josiah Miller beats everybody to the sideline and turns it up right there. But there's so much speed on this Parklane defense until they're able to keep Josiah from really turning it up like he wants to. Nevertheless, 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 here for the Buccaneers. They line up in the wing T formation. They have an arch motion. Handed off the middle to Miller. And he's able to get a few yards there. Set us up for like a 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. Hey, we're getting some yards. Of course, we're having to work for it. These guys are pretty big. You notice right there on not the previous play, but the play before, Miller had to bounce it out. You know, that we might end up having to do that tonight. Hey, I think our guys have push, but nothing replaces size. So we're going to have to say, look, they're bigger than us. They might have a little more push than us. So we're going to have to, you know, reach in the playbook to combat that for sure. Here we go, arch motion, handing it off to the motion man, Cowart. And Cowart gets the 1st down. No whistles were blown, so the ball is live, but Killingsworth is able to get back there and really help the Buccaneers out by
now,
recovering.
a lot of times they have whistled.
They'll blow the whistle.
Progress stopped.
Hey, now.
I thought maybe forward progress was stopped there. We have had on several occasions where we've been pushing for a 1st down.
Right, and they blow the whistle.
Prior, to where we're still up and pushing and the whistle comes out. That play was obviously
stop. Yeah, they needed to blow the whistle right there.
Know, at that time, somebody reaches in there and pushes or yanks the ball from Cowart's hands.
Killingsworth punts it.
Bring and rain, another spiral.
A spiral, and it rolls backwards. So really, you know, you're looking at a 10-yard punt from line of scrimmage, 15-yard punt. And it looked beautiful.
But it's a beautiful punt, but if it can kick forwards and take a Bowling Green roll, it's very effective. It was as high as the stadium lights and a perfect spiral, but whenever it hits the ground like a Phil Mickelson chip shot and backs up, that's no good.
Hey, let's talk physics here. It's got to go up, but then it's got to flatten out at the top of that curve. Almost looks like a pass at its arch to where it goes nose down and rolls forward, right? So it didn't really get to do that, and that's why that ball bounced backwards like that.
Timeout by Parklane. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be on the air tonight.
Hey, I actually have a shirt on courtesy of Silverleaf Boutique. Went by there today. I actually bought something for me and my girlfriend. They have some good stuff. Sponsor of Buck Vision. Great contributors, of course, to the community and to Buccaneer football, and we thank them very much.
That is a nice shirt. What brand is that?
This is a Southern Marsh shirt.
Wow.
Southern Marsh came out about 12 years ago, and it has...
You want to look like this bird. Yeah. I'm going to walk down and find out about my microphone. You take it.
I'll take it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Pioneers lined up in their I formation, and they've got 2 receivers to the left. Fakes the handoff. Jefferson throws it deep, and it was right in the breadbasket for number 16 of the Pioneers. Jefferson had plenty of time right there to get that pass off, showing his prowess, of course, as a passer. This is a team that they're coming off of 3 losses, but obviously the teams they have been playing are a pretty stiff competition. I do not have much of a scouting report on those teams, probably should, but I can tell you right now, if they're beating these Parklane Pioneers, they're a solid ball club. And the PAT, the snap, and it's up. It was a line drive, but it is good. And with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, the score is Pioneers of Parklane 7, Bowling Green Buccaneers 0. What happened?
Mike.
Almost like we're in like a WWE interview or something.
I don't know if you noticed me running up those steps.
Look.
I couldn't even walk up them for whatever reason.
That was
2 or
impressive.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I saw where on this date in 2016, your mom said that I had my 5 bypass, open heart surgery.
Yeah, I've seen
So that's 6 years ago.
Yeah. All right, Buccaneers return the ball. Burford takes it up to the 30-yard line.
Zeke Burford showing that he's through fair catching the ball.
That's right. Hey, the guy's 6'6". He's got long legs. He can reach.
Phenomenal
he can run.
athlete. Yeah.
Fantastic athlete. In the 9th grade, was able to dunk a basketball. And you know, he's 6'6". But let me tell you, you got to get above the rim, at least 18 inches to be able to dunk a basketball. So yes, he's a fantastic athlete. I like to see him return the ball like that. Bowling Green in their wing T formation. That arch motion, he fakes the toss. And to number 1, Diamond Dev.
Diamond Dev was streaking free.
Hey, it was a little bit overthrown, but
Oh,
you got to lay out for that.
I
You got to
mean,
lay.
it was there,
No. I'm saying you've got to at least lay out for that or catch that in some way. I'm definitely not knocking the pass.
I don't know if it was overthrown. I told Chris Bird, obviously I named Diamond Dev because of the swag, you know.
Right.
But I don't want to have it misunderstood as being because his hands are harder than stone.
Yeah.
The hardest substance known to man,
Right.
which is a diamond.
Right.
Diamond hands.
And he gets better under pressure. So that's another good way to I guess, express
but
the
diamond
diamond moniker.
Maybe so, but Diamond Dev should have. It might have been over the wrong shoulder or something. I don't know, but I want that one back.
You got to turn the hips. Really, it's not the best idea to turn your back completely. I coach outfielders, and I teach them that. You can't turn your back completely. You got to have your hips turned one way or the other. Here we go, wing T formation. Diamond Dev gets the ball and is hit quickly in the backfield.
The Parklane defense downright unneighborly in their treatment of Diamond Dev right there. 1:55 left in the first quarter, Major. It's 14-0 Parklane on the strength of that last touchdown that I was not on the air for. Was that a perfect pass by Jefferson?
Oh my goodness. I mean, look, I don't know if there is any tension between the MAIS and the MHSAA. I will tell you this: you put that team in the MHSAA, they're going deep in the playoffs. They're a freaking heck of a football team. I've said before, I've played against Landry Walker. I've played against John Curtis. I've played against Edna Carr, Brother Martin. Great football Neville, great football programs. I can access the team pretty quick. This is a solid football team that we're playing against here tonight. There's no question about it.
I mean, I don't see a weak link. Much like Amite High School. So they have 3 receivers lined up right now. The shortest one, 6'4".
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. They line up in the I formation. As I mentioned earlier, they had that pulling guard come around and kick out.
Well, they're able to kick Killingsworth out, who, although he plays on the edge as a defensive end, makes tackles from sideline to sideline. They kick him out of the equation. Christian Williams jumps in there. Across the defensive line, three-man front for the Bucs right now, number 77, the big gun Bryce Graham, the fire plug number 58, Cale McDaniel, and of course Killingsworth.
They drop back to pass. They throw a screen to number 4 for the Pioneers. He drives for a few yards. Hey, that last play, right? I'm pointing out the kickouts. I like to watch the offensive line as well. As a defensive end, this is a learning point right here. When you see that tackle in front of you crash down, block down, you got to squeeze. When you squeeze there, you knock out that kick out man. So that's just a little teaching point for the kids at home. You know, maybe they'll listen to me, maybe they won't. All right, here we go. I formation, 2 receivers out to the left. Looks like they had a play call change right there. Hand it up the middle to number 20, and we hold them right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by McDaniel, I believe.
Cale McDaniel, the power lifter, yep, along with Kyron Cowart. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Pioneers, even though it's after 1 quarter, your score, Parklane 14, the Bowling Green Buccaneers 0. I have to explain, Chris Bird's been absent the last 2 weeks, and it's a case much like when Bob Burns had to take a break as the drummer from Leonard Skinner. People do not understand the notoriety, fame, and different things that go along with being a Buck Vision celebrity,
right?
As Bird is,
right?
You know, Bird's, well, he's got the look.
He does.
He's got the voice.
He's got the educational background.
And he was just swamped constantly with cards and letters from people he didn't even know.
Yeah.
And offers coming over the phone. You know, much like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah.
So he took a 2-week break, but he'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
And Diamond Dev right there with that impressive, hey, gonna bring up a little martial arts reference here. Double leg takedown right there. He wrapped up those legs textbook style and brought down number 1.
But it was a first down.
It was a first down. But I mean, I'm going to give him some props right there because number 1 was on his way to the end zone if Diamond Dev doesn't make that play right there.
Well, the 2 safeties, Devion Bickham, number 1, 18, Morgan Barrett.
McGillicuddy gets the ball up the middle and is brought down for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Nice job in there. Looked like Killingsworth was in on that tackle. Coined a new nickname for Killingsworth a couple weeks ago, but I'm yet to make it public. Kill shot, Killingsworth.
Kill shot. I was thinking
kill shot.
I was thinking kill switch for a second, but kill shot. I like
kill shot.
I like that one.
Number 10, kill shot, Killingsworth on the tackle.
All right, so we have 2 safeties up high for the Buccaneers. We're sending a blitz in. And Jefferson's able to take it up the middle and get the first down and some.
Got a Buccaneer down on the play.
Buccaneer down on the play, and it looks to be
the big gun. Yeah, the big gun is on his back for the time being as the coaching staff goes out to attend to Bryce Graham. You know, we've seen that scene. I think that Maverick was on his back along about the 20 or where the ball is approximately. I'm trying to remember, but on the same side of the field. Now, Bryce Graham don't have the same injury. I'm speaking that into existence.
Right.
But Bryce Graham just turned 15.
Wow.
10th grader. And he's grown a lot since last year. But if you just look at him in some of the pictures that Mike Brock and our Miss Courtney Schilling takes, you know, you get used to seeing Bryce around the weight room and around campus, and you've been seeing him a few years, and you just take for granted, oh, there's Bryce.
Yeah.
But then whenever you see him beside other people, he's a monster.
Yes,
Mage.
he is. Yes, he is.
And it's weight room earned.
Weight room earned, and
Now
definitely
he gets
genetics for sure.
Yeah, but you know, the height you can't get in the weight room. He's just blessed to have that. Now, are those medical personnel?
Medical personnel. I know Dr. Kelvin McCain is out there assessing him right now, trying to figure out what's going on exactly. It looked like they were working on his arm, maybe a shoulder issue is what we're looking at here. You know, it's high contact in that middle right there, and he plays at high pace. And you know, as we know, Maverick was the same way. And when you're in there fighting like that, it's you know, like I told people after Maverick, it's a miracle it doesn't happen all the time. And so it's one of the worst parts of it. But
yeah, well, I mean, when you're in the middle of a street fight, offensive line coach made mention of a few weeks ago in the Coach Phil Junkin show, offensive line coach being Hampton Creel, it's violent. He called it a street fight.
yeah,
And whenever you're the roughest, baddest dude in there, that means that you're putting yourself in position to be vulnerable to something happen. And it also means that the other team has watched film, and a lot of times they're putting two guys on you.
yep.
Don't think Parklane don't know, hey, that's 77. We got to do something with him or we'll come home with a loss.
Right. I mean,
So I'm not sure what happened, but they never leave him unblocked.
Yep.
You can believe that.
Yep.
So Bryce Graham, a fantastic young man. Christian, that's something that other people should call you and that you shouldn't call yourself.
Yeah.
He don't go around calling himself that, but anybody that's known him for more than 15 minutes will say, that's a Christian
right.
young man.
The light shines through him for sure. And he looks like they're sitting him up, maybe doing some further assessment here. And we are hoping for the best right now. He's been down for a few minutes here. Hopefully everything is okay. Just doing some precautionary stuff is what we hope for. But, you know, I see it as a defensive line coach, as a former player. You've got to have so much respect for a kid like him who, you know, I've walked out there before and seen guys that are 6 inches taller than me. Now, he's pretty big, so he's not being outgunned that much, but, you know, he is 15 years old. The guy across from him might be 19 years old, 18 years old, you know, so it's tough, man. It's a really tough position to play, and, you know, it's hard, dude. You know, the difference in players in these classifications is so drastic. Have you noticed that? I mean, it's like, you know, you've got Presbyterian Christian. We got them on the schedule. I mean, if I were to compare it to like an LHSAA football game, Bowling Green would be about a 2A school.
Right.
And you're looking at, I mean, really numbers of a 5A public high school. Yeah. And the talent, I mean, you know.
And he's
standing up on his feet. Now, I don't know exactly what the injury is. Obviously, it's something of the lower extremities if they're carrying him off the field. You know, I don't know if it's
he's got a couple teammates there, Ben Galloway and not sure exactly who else right now, but helping him off the field, going directly to the locker room where those two anonymous healthcare professionals who we're very thankful are on the scene. And Kelvin McCain, what can you say about him?
Yeah.
You cannot go to an orthopedic surgeon in this part of the state of Louisiana that does not know and recognize the expertise of Kelvin McCain.
He's been in the game for so long, and he has a son that's a PT as well, so it runs in the family. All right, so we're continuing action here. I formation, two to the right, and we
Mathern almost got him.
Just missed a sack there. Obviously,
holy.
You know, Jefferson, that's just a matter of having an elite quarterback back there that can take a hit like that and still stay standing. You know, if we're playing against, I haven't looked at Columbia, or I haven't looked, you know, I saw with Centerville, you playing
Brookhaven, it don't matter.
You're taking that guy down, you know, and
he's sacked on that play. Mathern comes in to take the place of an injured Bryce Graham. He's fresh, shoots in there, puts a shot on the quarterback who dodges that shot. Freddie Prinz on the kick. Not an impressive kick, but gets the job done as it goes through. That'll make it 21-0 at 10:20 left before halftime, just underway in the second quarter. Parklane up 21-0. I got to give a shout out to Miss Rachel Sumrall, the principal at Franklinton Elementary School, who is nice enough to take time out of her schedule to listen and watch Buck Vision tonight. So let's be sure that we conduct ourselves properly and use proper English, with in mind that a principal is monitoring the broadcast.
Yeah, it says a lot when
it's kind of like having a state trooper in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, definitely. She's got plenty on her plate, and it's a pleasure to have her watching Buck Vision tonight with us. Okay.
Along with her lovely groom, Alex Boo Sumrall.
What a handsome fella. All right, kickoff. Miller catches the ball to return. I mean an absolute monstrous block by number 50, Eli Schilling.
Yeah.
Did you see that block?
Yeah.
I mean, he put that guy on his tailbone for sure. And Miller, of course, with the fantastic return, but that block set up that run right there.
Give credit for that to Eli Schilling, who continues to amaze me week in and week out. 3-year starter. He is steady as a clock.
And maybe $180, you know? Yeah. And he's able to lay hits like that. All right, wing T formation. McGee drops back to pass.
Dre!
It's a toss-up, and Killingsworth actually does what he can to keep number 24 from intercepting that pass. You know, hey, I look at this.
Man, what do you call it when it's almost interference?
Good coverage.
Right.
Good coverage. Look, I'm looking at these defensive backs right now. They walk around like true defensive backs. There's going to be good coverage tonight for sure. Here we go. Bucs line up in their wing T formation. We got the Tombstone over there at the left wing. And we fake the handoff to Cowart and throw it to Tombstone. Morgan Barrett.
Yeah, they're going to call.
It's thrown. I guess for breast cancer awareness, it is a pink flag.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I was sure glad to see that pink flag right there on that play. Barrett going through there fearlessly to make that catch and gets the interference call.
Well, he's fearless, that's for sure. You know, he's one of the Earp brothers.
Yeah.
Namesake anyway. But let me tell you, he hit him up around the head, throat, face mask area, and Barrett almost hung on to that. Give credit to Maddox.
McGee,
Flacco McGee.
All right, Bucs got two receivers to the right, wing T formation, and they put Cowart in motion. Coward's the lead blocker, and Miller takes it into the end zone. No flags on the field, and the Buccaneers have a touchdown. Hey, that was a well-drawn-up play, was it not?
Great block by Cowart on the play. Hit pay dirt with K-dirt. Let me tell you something. You know, that's an old Ford Fairlane reference. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Dice. The Dice Man. Look, You said it last week. I watched the game from last week. Whenever we had that pass to Killingsworth, you remember it set up the big run for Coward.
Yep. Now we have 2 passes on the previous 2 plays, and that causes the defense to say, hey, they pass every once in a while. Back off.
And we had 2 receivers out to the right, so who's to say that we weren't going to do it again? All right, here we go. PAT is
it's blocked. Bullseye blocked.
It
has it blocked. And, hey, here's the thing. As an old kicker myself, when it's blocked, that ain't on the kicker, baby.
No, that ain't on the kicker. You know, there's a significant height difference for sure on the field goal, on the extra point team right there, for sure. But and those guys in the back right there, fantastic effort for everyone to jump up and block that kick. So, you know, special teams is very important. Some people just let that kick go through the uprights. They're like, well, they scored a touchdown, just let it go through. Yeah. They didn't, you know. So it shows a lot about their team.
Yeah, 21-6. Josiah Miller on the long run to break the ice on the scoreboard for the Bucs. 9:37 left before halftime. 21-6. Parklane leads this game.
Buccaneers line up to kick off. Bullseye Brock kicks it to about the 17-yard line.
Oh, seal the deal. Cam seal the deal. Nice tackle right there.
Great tackle right there, fearlessly going in. Hey, I'm going to point it out a couple of times tonight. You are looking at a significant size difference here. So when I see a kid from Bowling Green come in and make an aggressive play like that, that shows the guts that this team has for sure.
Well, the deal is the real deal. I mean,
he's
fearless.
fearless.
Gritty, looks good in his uniform. He's a great kid. 10th grade.
Yeah, we got some young guys here at Bowling Green.
10th grade is just busting at the seam.
Yep. Here we go. And they line up in the I formation. Hand it up the middle to McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy makes a cut. And is able to get a first down plus some all the way up to the Buccaneer 30-yard line.
Ripple Champagne on the tackle way downfield. According to our on-site reporter, Crockett Cat Daddy McKelvin, Demons were up 7-0 on Hannon.
I was trying
Number
to find
17. What's the story on him?
Zed Washington is his name. I'm gonna have to look up a scouting report on him. Jefferson takes it around the edge.
Nice job there by Cowart, who was shadowing Jefferson, never letting him cut it up the field. And then Russell Wilson comes up.
Yeah, they did a good job again of pushing out the play, spreading out the play, getting it to the sideline, and really breaking off that run there by Jefferson. Not leaving any holes.
He did drift for 4 yards.
He did drift for 4 yards. And here we go. They're lined up in their I formation. McGillicuddy gets it and gets a first down at about the 15-yard line.
Galloway on the tackle. Again, Galloway a safety. That's what I was saying about Verrett. He won the Cedar Sword most player of the week 2 or 3 times last year, led the team in tackles every game and for the year, but that's bad.
Yeah.
You don't want a safety making the tackles, as Galloway did right there.
You want your linebackers to be leading in tackles. Here we go. The play is, there's a flag thrown on the play. False start against the Pioneers.
I'm going to try to look up a few scores of local interest. If you have any scores, please text us at 515-6010, 515-6010. We'd love to get your input and keep us up to date on some of the scores of local interest.
All right, here we go. Pioneers line up in their I formation. Fake the handoff to number 5. And they hit the receiver, number 12, for a gain of about, I would say, about 6 or 7 yards right there. something that I've noticed with the Parklane Pioneers, that fullback position, 81 has been at that position. 81 is not having listed here on the roster, but 81 and number 10 have been playing that fullback position. Very important position on that offense, and they hand it off to number 5, and he is able to get in the end zone, but a flag is thrown, and it appears to be thrown after the play. We're going to have to see what that call is. Parklane, their running game has been effective thus far, probably due to the offensive line. So far, I've seen nothing but good things out of them. Everything that they have ran so far has been done as drawn up. You have those on those kick-out plays, you've got the fullback kicking out, and you've got those tackles blocking down, and then you have your other guys on those combos moving up to the next level and taking out those linebackers so that way they're able to get more yards.
That score is going to make it 27,
Yeah.
27-6.
Awaiting the PAT, yes.
Pending the PAT by Freddie Prinz. I've noticed this, number 9, a very talented, quick, powerful tailback. That time it was 5, and I couldn't tell the difference in them.
Yeah, they have a lot in their arsenal. I'm going to go ahead and compare the Bowling Green Buccaneers to the 300 of the Spartans. We do not have many, but we do hold up the shield and stab when needed. And of course, we have a pretty tough opponent on our hands here. We're just able to bring in replacements. And that's such a big deal. Numbers. For football, kids get tired. Back in the day, everybody would play, both ways. I don't know if I'm right about that or not, but it seemed like it was more like, hey, you play both ways, you tough it out. But now we understand modern football. You got to let the kids rest.
Yeah.
You've got to let them rest. Some of the best LSU teams you've ever watched had 3 running backs, that could go in and produce just about equally. Of course, with the Burrow year, it was a little different because we were able to air it out a little more. But you got to have guys in the wings, and it's tough when you don't have those numbers.
Yeah. Well, I've said before that it's such an important factor that Toby Keith recorded an album with that phrase as the title, Fresh Horses.
Yeah. All right.
Fresh Horses has always been a very, very important consideration.
Yes. All right, so the penalty moved Pioneers back on the kickoff to the 35-yard line, and so the Buccaneers will take over at their own 43, 44-yard line. That penalty helped us a lot, obviously, with field position. We fair caught that ball right there. And
I can't believe Devion fair caught it.
I know. I was kind of looking.
A weapon like him, I mean.
Right. I was kind of looking at the field position there, trying to think about the penalty itself, and so I didn't pay as much attention to the kick itself. So, I'm very surprised that he fair caught
All right,
that ball.
Maddox McGee, he's gone the distance, the sophomore quarterback.
And hands it
Christian Williams
to number 23, Christian Williams, who we missed very badly last week on both sides of the ball against
How do you
Presbyterian Christian.
how do you like his running style? I mean, when he got the ball, there was obviously a bona fide tailback carrying that ball.
Right.
And also, Major, just so you'll know, he has requested to be referred to as Country Chris.
Country Chris, I like it. All right, here we go. We've got that wing T formation. And Maddox McGee drops back to pass and does so.
Oh, that's
Morgan
a flag.
Barrett, and there will be a flag right there. Barrett tries to stay in bounds. Actually does a pretty good job of getting his balance and trying to stay in bounds. And then number 9 just comes through and hits him pretty hard out of bounds.
Yeah, Verrett tried to walk the tightrope a little bit there, and then his balance or the momentum took him out of bounds. I think 9 saw that he was doing a good job of staying in bounds and thought,
Right.
better knock him out of bounds.
And it's going to look dramatic when there's a 100-pound weight difference.
Yeah.
You know, let's just be realistic here. Okay. So we're lining up again.
Another completed pass.
Yep, another completed pass. Wing T formation. McGee drops back to pass. Those are
Burford's
deep to
there.
Burford. And it looked like it could have been a holding. I heard a couple fans ask for the holding call, but good
They
coverage.
didn't call it.
They
hey,
didn't call it.
Burford was running downfield. The defensive back or cornerback was right beside him, and it looked like the cornerback was impeding his ability to run past him. So, could have been called, wasn't called. So,
Right.
if they'll kind of let them play in both ways, I'm all for it.
All right, here we go. Bucs in their wing T formation. Looks like there's some confusion on the field with the Buccaneers.
They're going to call illegal procedure against the Bucs. There was a little bit of confusion there.
On the motion. That's that arch formation, or that arch motion, I should say.
On that pass to Burford, though, got to give credit to Flacco, Maddox McGee.
Right.
That pass was on the money.
Okay, so as a coach, you know, he's a young cat, obviously in 10th grade. This is a good time for him to build up his confidence, isn't it? And he's doing pretty good. He's figuring it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we got Bucs set up in their wing T formation. Hands it up the middle to Miller. Miller's able to drive for about 4 yards.
Well, some of the intangibles that Maddox McGee has going for him. He's incredibly smart. In school, on standardized tests, you name it. But he's also exceptionally smart when it comes to football. His dad being the legend.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Matt McGee is probably the smartest quarterback that they've ever played high school football with. Okay, here we go. McGee passes, and the pass is incomplete. There's a lot to be said. We talk about it in baseball about football IQ.
Yeah.
You know, something that's lost even in the LHSAA, and of course increased over time, is you teach kids, you go out there, you stay low, and you hit hard, you do your best. You got to teach them football. You got to make them smart, you know, and they've got to learn strategy, and that's such an important part of their development. So,
yeah, well, Maddox McGee looks at it like a chessboard.
Right, and that's how you have to look at it. You have to look at it objectively. Here we go. And we're in the wing T formation, and he passes it again, and this time to Miller. Now, we don't get the first down, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't know if the coaches listened to the broadcast last week, but if I listened to the broadcast, I'm saying maybe they were listening to Major McKelvin last week when I was talking about we need to pass it a little more. And you know, it's good to set that up and to free up your runners a little bit. And somebody like Miller, if he catches the ball at 5 yards, he can get some good gains. You know?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He could have there except for being tripped up.
And he's heavy enough that, you know, these guys that are this big for Parklane, he's not going to be an easy tackle, right? So, you know, you send him out there to catch the ball, he's definitely a threat. Here we go. All right, they line up their I formation. Fullback is put in motion. And they run their power play. And number 9.
Oh!
Look.
I thought Cowart was going to be our last chance to bring him down. Verrett Galloway came over and ran 9 out of bounds. But whatever that particular play is,
power.
It is the same thing every time 9 has got it up the middle, and it's gone for long games.
Power is when you kick out that end and you fill that hole. Sometimes you'll send a pulling guard through the hole to be the lead blocker, but they're definitely utilizing that fullback tonight as a blocker. All right, here we go. They fake the handoff, and Jefferson keeps it, and it looks like he is going to take it the distance for the Pioneers. Hey, not much you can say about that. If I'm playing Parklane next week, my defensive line is going to be resting and learning how to counter against power plays.
Yeah.
You have got to take on that You know, we're looking at point out the success of the Pioneers tonight. All right, here we go. The PAT is blocked. He miskicked it a little bit, but it was blocked.
L.J. Jenkins got back in there through the middle.
There's 34, Buccaneers 6.
Like you said about Parklane, a lot of times people just say, this is a time to rest. To L.J. Jenkins for getting back there and blocking that. 5:18 left before halftime. That extends the Parklane lead to 34-6.
You know, I was listening to talk about how much they worked this. And, you know, in a play like that, and obviously this game, there's a significant advantage to Pioneers right here. But, you know, I mean, it's still extra points. And we've been working on that. It looks like we're lining up our second level a little deeper than usual.
The second level also has different athletes. Diamond Dev with it.
And he makes a fantastic cut. And he starts. He tried to make it upfield.
He probably made 6 tacklers miss there and might have got 2 yards out of it.
He is definitely elusive, right?
He's elusive. But from talking with Devion this week, and said Parklane has such extreme speed and athleticism that trying to run east and west and hit the sideline won't work as good this week.
Nope.
Immediately try to find a north and south route, and that's what Devion was doing.
Fit a seam. All right, here we go. Wing T formation. McGee under center, hands it around the edge to Cowart. Fantastic blocking there.
J.P. Brumfield also out in front. Brody Estave, number 54.
Hey, that play worked. Lead blocker. We have to have more men on the side of the field than them when you're getting outsized like this. You find a way to out-leverage them. And so running a play like that where we send out those lead blockers definitely around the perimeter. Here we go. So we're in the wing T formation. We got one receiver out left. Hands the ball into the B gap for the Buccaneers, and it is stopped just about at the line of scrimmage. Miller on the run. And another example of playing gap sound defense. You know, I as a defensive line coach, I tried to learn as much as I could. You know, one thing that you have to understand is gap sound defense. And you know, right there, that's what Parklane did. They played gap sound defense. You don't want to penetrate the line too much. Stay lateral on that line. Slide the play out, and you can make plays like that against a runner like Miller. We fake the handoff, and we come over the top to Killingsworth.
Well, he put it up so Killingsworth could have an opportunity to use his 6'5" frame. One thing about it, though, Major, you don't see too often. The safety for Parklane probably goes 6'6", and that cornerback's probably 6'3".
Right. So I mean, you're really getting to see right here what it's like to play at the next level.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a big guy. All right, here we go. Buccaneers line up in that wing T formation. Couple receivers tight to the right side, and Cowart goes, and he is down at the 39-yard line.
That's going to be close to a first down.
I think that is going to be a first down. Ooh, I hope they give us better spot than that.
Well, they're giving us a first down.
They're giving us the first down, so they're moving the sticks for us.
Well, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we are good at doing what we do. Brody Estave, the guard, gets out in front of Cowart again and makes a crucial block. Cowart picks up the first down. Brody Estave has no business being that effective
Right.
against Parklane Pioneers, except for the fact that he wants it more and he's just that doggone tough.
Right. Here we go.
Burford.
Pass out to Burford. And look, they're going to watch this on film tomorrow. There's 1, 2, 3 Pioneers right there to
Yeah.
lead Burford. They're covering very well. You know, the team they played last week, I noticed, passed a pretty good bit. Something else I noticed in their film, their defensive line fires off really
Look at
low.
Zed. What's his number 17?
Washington.
He is pigeon-toed as a young Mike Tyson. And that's an indication of athleticism.
Right.
The pigeon-toed athlete. Everybody knows that, I hope.
Here we go, Miller.
But Miller right up the middle, close to a first down.
And I'm trying to look here at the scouting report on Zed Washington to see if he's getting any looks from any team.
Gee whiz.
He better be, right? This guy, if I'm a coach at the next level, I'm trying to pick him up.
I want to know his measurables. And that whole swagger that he has just makes it that much. Oh, yeah, Cowart with a nice gain.
All right, so I'm seeing on Twitter they have him listed at 6'3", 225. 6'3", 225 pounds.
No, he hadn't weighed 225 and I mean, he's got to go 240, man.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. And, you know, we're dealing with high school kids here, so that he might have gained 20 pounds in the past 6 months, right? He might have grown a little bit and gained that weight. He is a next-level linebacker that you're getting to watch tonight.
At 6'3".
6'3". Here we go. And we fake the toss, and we're going for a pass here. And it was aimed towards Devion Bickham, and the safety for the Pioneers is able to make the interception, and he is trying to make a return here. And finally taken down at the 50-yard line.
By Eli Schilling.
Yeah, by Eli Schilling again.
When all else fails, you can count on Eli Schilling. Let me tell you, that is a slippery runner. I mean, he's a fantastic safety. But Parklane don't necessarily need him as an offensive weapon. Right. That guy's an offensive weapon at any school.
Put him at quarterback, yeah. And I'm a preface, I am not talking bad about our Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this, that guy physically just made that play.
Right.
You know, he was more physical, and it's not our fault. It's like running a donkey in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
You know, here we go. We handed up the middle.
There's 9 again.
And he is brought down at about, looks like about the 15-yard line.
Tombstone tripped him up. Morgan Verrett. I mean, when 9 takes it up the middle on that play, it's a long run every time.
He is an impressive runner, man. I mean, he's as good as I've seen in a while back there. He can move. His hip movement is fantastic. All right, here we go. They're in their I formation. Well, really, it's a pistol formation with the running back behind the quarterback here. All right, and he's going to drop back. And we got 2 Buccaneers trying to make the coverage on that play. And we're able to
Champagne on the coverage.
Defend the pass. Tombstone and Champagne. Look, that cat that they were covering right there is about 6'4", 6'5". And it's when you can cover a guy that size, I'm impressed. Even if there's 2 of you, you know.
Parklane would be a fun team to follow.
Yeah.
If you didn't have your own team.
What teams are in the MAIS right now? The Dallas Cowboys? I mean, who's beating this team? You know? And number 20 for the Pioneers scores. You know, I think I feel like we sound almost a little shell-shocked right now. Yeah. I'm really kind of shell-shocked by the way that this team is performing against us tonight.
Because no matter who the opponent, you look at Tri-County, you know, state champion last year and favored to win the 4A state championship this year. Final score 31-18. And for a long time, it was a decent game.
Right.
Friends on for the PAT. It's not pretty, but it's through. He's perfect on the night, but he has not kicked a PAT that looks good. 8 seconds left before halftime, folks. 42-6 is the score. But I have said it in trying to explain over and over, and that will start the clock, and as it ticks down, we're going to be going in to halftime. Our executive producer, Mr. Raymond Williams, and his lovely wife, Miss Tweety Williams, will continue to broadcast the halftime show, and stay tuned for that. We are here at Silverleaf Boutique with Nikki. Glad that Nikki was able to come on and affiliate Silverleaf Boutique with Buck Vision as a sponsor. First of all, thank you, Nikki. And I have noticed in the whole Franklinton, Washington Parish area that you are very active in sponsoring several different activities and several different programs. And I just want to say thank you for doing that. And a beautiful store you have here. Tell us a little bit about Silverleaf Boutique.
Well, I opened this store in 2016, and since then it's pretty much grown from a little bit of boutique clothes and shoes and jewelry to more gift and home items, and pretty much if you're a guy and you need a gift for your lady, you can come here.
Absolutely. Well, that's the first thing Raymond and I talked about. I said, Raymond, this is where we need to come. Next birthday, Valentine's Day. Beautiful boutique, beautiful store, and a little bit of everything. And the candle selection, I can spend 30 minutes at a candle rack anywhere. The whole place smells wonderful. But we do thank you for coming on board as a Buck Vision sponsor, and we invite everyone to come down, take a look at Silverleaf Boutique. Thank you if you're a regular customer. If you've not been here, do yourself a favor. It's on Tanglewood Road, right behind Manning's Bookstore in Franklinton. Stop by, do Buck Vision a favor, visit our friend at Silverleaf Boutique.
And welcome to Bowling Green School. We're glad you joined us tonight on Buck Vision. My name is Phil Junkins. I'm the head of school here at Bowling Green School, and here's our mission. Bowling Green School strives to provide a safe, Christ-centered environment for our students and staff. The core values of honesty, loyalty, and perseverance will empower students to achieve academic goals while fostering a duty to civic responsibility, personal growth, and God's kingdom furtherance. Here at Bowling Green, Jesus Christ is at the top. Academics come second, and we hope that you enjoy tonight's athletic events.
Good morning, I'm Emily Phelps. I'm an English teacher here at Bowling Green, and I love my school because BG is my family.
Hello, I am Debbie Gerald, and I teach 5th, 6th, and 7th here at Bowling Green, and I'm also the varsity dance sponsor for the Buccanettes. And I love Bowling Green. It's like a big family, and it is the best place ever to be. Bye, everybody.
Outside linebacker. Bryce Graham, defensive end. Russell Wilson, cornerback. Zeke Burford, tight end. Preston Gerald, wide receiver. JD, O-line, D-line. Austin Bouvier, D-line. D. Ross, halfback. Sawyer McCune, cornerback. Nate King, kicker. Devion Bill, y'all mama favorite. Quarterback. Maddox McGee, linebacker. J. Ryan Mathern, offensive tackle. Brody Estave, offensive line. Tucker Pittman, the only Mexican on the team. Put that. Put that. Please put that. I am Maverick the Motor McKelvin,
number 8. What did I say?
Say your position.
I gotta say my position?
Yeah.
Maverick. No, hold on. Maverick D. Motor McKelvin, defensive tackle, number 8.
Macaulay, Mac Daddy Keaton, O-line, number 73.
Josiah Miller, running back.
Christian Williams, outside linebacker.
Lamarcus Jenkins, quarterback.
Caden Rome, D tackle.
Damian Sellers, D tackle.
Luke Watson, cornerback.
Hey Delaware, safety. Eli Schilling, offensive line.
I'm Drake Killingsworth, number 10, tight end, defensive end.
Trey Champagne, number 3, cornerback.
Shannon Bucs, number 56, offensive defensive line.
Morgan Barrett, 18, safety and running back.
Karen Count, running back, linebacker.
Parklane Pioneers 42-6, and the ball is kicked off. Diamond Dev with the return.
Well, a directional kickoff designed to keep from hitting it back to the second level, which is where your primary kickoff returners reside. But in order to make a little checkmate move, the Bowling Green staff has put Devion Bickham at that position where they try to kick. Bickham makes a good catch and moves the ball forward. First down for the Bucs.
And the ball is tossed to Cowart on the right side, and he's able to get some yards there on the play.
Major, that's the play that we've seen over and over again that's been successful.
Yep.
Every time we've gone to it where Brody Esteve jumps out in front of the ball.
Hey, and in the future, okay, I don't know what we're going to do tonight, but that play, let's keep that in the playbook.
Oh, absolutely.
If it works against this team, it'll work against anybody.
It'll work against the Raiders.
Yeah. Here we go. Buccaneers under center. Hands the ball up the middle to Miller. Miller's able to drive hard.
The middle buster. Yeah, Engine Joe, Josiah Miller, doing what he does best. Across that front line, we've talked about the clock. Eli Schilling at center. Flanking Eli at the left guard is J.P. Brumfield, a sophomore, and at the right guard, Brody Esteve, a sophomore.
An arch motion, and it's a toss to Barrett. Barrett takes it along the sideline and is knocked down at, I would say probably after a 2-yard gain. And actually they're marking him at the line of, nope, 2-yard gain. They're giving him about a 2-yard gain there.
That play went to the opposite side of Cowart's play. That time it's not Brody Esteve, but J.P. Brumfield out front, and he did a great job of getting out front himself. We got to stay within 600 feet.
Well, it's a football field. We got a measuring stick. All right, here we go.
Football field 600 feet, ain't it?
Nope, 300.
300.
All right, here we go. And Calvert gets the ball and is able to get a pretty good gain right there on the play. Obviously, we're able to penetrate a little bit. Now, I don't know their personnel exactly. They might have a different line in right now for Parklane. Not discrediting anything that we're doing here, but if it's 42-6 at halftime, I might not have my ones up front.
Well, I don't see 17 in the game. Now, at the tackles for the Buccaneers, at left tackle, Jacob Mathern, senior, and the 3-year starter, the senior at right tackle, the Mac Daddy, Big Macaulay Keaton.
Hey, and Macaulay right there on the play, not going to talk about the result. I was watching Macaulay because you were talking about him. He blocked down so hard that play.
Yeah,
that is
moved
a dream.
somebody.
That is a dream for an offensive line coach. And I think we should let the viewers know we're fieldside right now. We're on the sidelines, and we got to make sure. I guess we're not going to be in the view of the camera.
The camera's way upstairs on the tripod.
Yeah.
Now, thanks to our sponsors, Mr. Raymond Williams was able to. There's your play. Get going, Kyron.
Now,
Kyron Cowart, when he smells that goal line, it's hard to deny him. Just like I said last week whenever I said I would not be denied, it's impressive at field level to watch.
That was just gritty football right there.
Closed it fast, wasn't it?
We are joined here on the sideline by Dr. Kelvin McCain. Kelvin, thanks a million for everything that you do. Bryce Graham, an update on him. What was the problem there?
I think he just got a pull muscle in his side of his neck there on the right side.
Okay.
But I think he'll be all right.
Okay, well, good.
And Miller
it's always
is able
good to have you on the sideline. Very seldom do we see any other medical personnel. I did notice the two that came from this corner. Was that Parklane's crew, or exactly who were those two individuals?
From the medical center in Bubblelution.
Okay. And the Bucs, Josiah, nice job.
It's this is our first time field level for
Bullseye!
a broadcast. Fantastic PAT. by Bullseye Brock. Hey, it's pretty cool to get to dap up a player after they score a touchdown when you're in the
I was going to say, we were able to use Raymond Williams' extensive knowledge of the equipment that's available and get these Bluetooth microphones to where as long as we're 600 feet from the base station. Kelvin, thanks again, man.
Thank you, Dr. Kelvin. Yes, sir.
As long as we're 600 feet from the base station, you can hear us. You know, and what that really did, it kept me from stepping on the cord and unplugging Chris Bird's microphone.
Hey, another big thing. We got an update from the source on the injury, right? We've got some up-close updates just by being at field level.
That's unprecedented.
That's unprecedented
in high school football.
And you know, like being here at the field level, we don't get the best view of maybe yardage, but the viewer can see that, you know. So we're getting some good information here. I guess we're on a recon mission, as you would say.
Jude Rawls on the tackle, number 44. Nice tackle, nice coverage at the kickoff by Rawls. I told some of the guys yesterday at the walkthrough, you know, you pay a lot of attention to the special teams on Thursday practice, right? A lot of viewers are intimately familiar with what happens at a Thursday practice. You walk through, you go over special teams.
T-shirt and shorts. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Helmets.
I formation for the Pioneers. And they run like a counter play. He bounces to the weak side of the field and is able to get a first down. Hey,
number 14's in at quarterback, Joe Swanson, in relief of Jefferson, who, you know, you can say, well, in order for him to make the MAIS All-Star game, he might need stats. Hey, he had enough stats in that first half.
Yeah.
He put enough on film right there for a lifetime.
And Parklane's running back breaks free, and he is going possibly the distance unless the Buccaneers catch up with him, and they do not.
I thought his forward progress was stopped,
hey,
Mage. I don't know.
Be careful what you wish for. Our good friend, the Hawk, Mr. Chris Bird, he always says, when I listen on the air, don't blow the whistle so soon. Well, it's working against us tonight a couple times.
It's worked against us twice.
Twice. Yes, it has. Just right here at field level, I noticed number 74 right there might be 6'8". I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah, they do have one lineman that's in that vicinity. So yeah, it's definitely 74. Freddie Prinz on to do the kicking, and it's blocked.
Great job by the Buccaneer PA team.
I'm not sure exactly who it was, the water boy, Bobby Boucher, Meadowlark, LJ Larkin Jenkins. If you ever wonder who some of my favorite players are, you got to count the number of nicknames that I've given them.
Right.
You know, and I'm a big LJ Jenkins fan. And he was in the backfield that time, mixing it up with one of the Pioneers, and he blocked the first one, might have blocked that one. If you have any scores of local interest, we don't have a Franklinton versus Hannon
last I saw
homecoming night score.
At halftime, last I saw Dr. John Weibel, PhD, he updated, it was 7-7 at halftime.
Wow.
The Hawks and the Demons. Here we go, and Pioneers kick it off to Bickham, and Bickham fair catches it on the kickoff. You know, I'm going to bring this up real quick because I know we have a few listeners that are interested in LHSAA football and LHSAA sports in general. There was a reclassification of a lot of schools. And actually, I'm a coach for Franklin High School baseball, and we were classified in Division II. It used to be Class 4A, and a lot of teams that we were rivals with are now moved into other divisions. And I bring that up because the Hannon Hawks are not even in our division, but they're a district game for us.
Right.
So here we go. Williams takes it around the edge and gets a nice run for a first down.
Christian Williams, there's no slack off when you let that 9th grader carry the ball. And Coach Junkins said today on the Coach Phil Junkins show, if you're not watching the Coach Phil Junkins show, you're missing out on a little bit of a sneak peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
He says a lot of things that you can go into the next game with knowledge of that really increases your enjoyment of the broadcast.
It looks like there was a mix-up in the backfield, but Miller
Here he
disregards
comes.
it, and they're coming our way. Miller stays in bounds, and he's able to score a touchdown. No flags on the field. Hey, we're up close and personal. The Flying Walindas, they are, of course, acrobats.
Hey, let's pat him.
No, let's pat. Hey,
Oh, Big Joe!
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, if I'm running a local circus, I'm putting him on the tightrope team.
Absolutely.
For that play right there. He stayed tight on the...
Watch on Buck Vision. Rewind it. Drake Hillingsworth, exceptional block. All the way downfield. I bet he blocked his man 15 yards. Key to that run for a touchdown.
Now,
PAT is
lining up. And Bullseye puts it through the uprights for the extra point.
Bullseye Brock. What a weapon. You know, a couple weeks ago, Bullseye Brock was on the opposite end of the field practicing his kicking from each hash and from the middle while the offense was down on the other side of the field running plays. Brock was taking that opportunity to practice, and I walked up to Coach Phil and I said, possibly your best offensive weapon in the years to come is on the other end of the field right now.
Yeah.
And he looked and saw Bullseye Brock and he said, oh, I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
He is a weapon.
You've got to have a kicker. And he's a young guy, so he might be able to punch long field goals as he grows and develops. And that's so important. I remember we mentioned him last week playing with Alex Herbert. He was able to put up a 43-yard field goal for us one time in a game. I'm sure it was needed at the time, right? And we beat Covington High School one year, which doesn't happen all the time. And it was another kicker, Connor Ackerman. It was like a 35-yard extra point that got called back because of penalties. That is so important. We needed that. That's how we won the game.
Absolutely, that's right. Now, my favorite part of the game, kickoff coverage. And we're down here where we can see McCune and Diamond Dev. Nice kickoff. Got to bring him down, folks. Finally, Christian Williams, along with Meadowlark Jenkins, on the tackle. I was going to say earlier, I was at Thursday practice yesterday talking to Devion and Sawyer McCune, and I said, you know, when I was in high school, this is where I played. Devion said, you were a gunner? Yeah, second from the outside. I said, and if I could play one more play, it'd be kickoff coverage. Why is that? I said, because if you choose to play defense, they may run a ball, you know, to the other side. Somebody else makes the tackle. But on kickoff coverage, all bets are off. Chips are in the middle of the table, and guess what? You're making your own glory. You can go down there and just with speed, quickness, and desire, get in on the tackle, if nothing else.
Hey, if we're at a rodeo, that's the bulldogging event.
Yeah.
It is muscle and speed, baby. And that's what makes those plays on the kickoff coverage team. Okay, here we go.
Chandler Butts is in on the defensive line and sealed the deal. Cam sealed the deal, is in at linebacker. Larkin Jenkins back in the backfield.
and they're able to get a gain right there. But the Buccaneers did a good job of stuffing, I wouldn't say stuffing because there was a, he got some yardage there. But, I mean, they did a good job of crowding up. Of course, we want him to get less yards than that, but, hey, we're filling the gaps like we should be.
Along with the power load, number 58, McDaniel. This is the best I've seen McDaniel is tonight because it's against exceptional talent. Number 20 on the carry, I thought it was number 9 again. Based on the quickness and pad level, they just keep replenishing. They don't ever necessarily go to a weak lineup. Let me grab our Coke. Okay.
And the Buccaneers line up in the the Pioneers line up in the I formation, rather, and hand it towards the middle, but hey.
Nice job in the backfield there.
Boucher is there to make the play.
Hey, McDaniel, I just said he's playing an exceptional game considering the level of talent on that offensive line. He has not been pushed around.
They put 2 or 3 on him
every time. And look, he's low to the ground, powerful, and it's just hard to move him.
Look, he didn't make the tackle, but he's got a lot to do with that play right there. He stuffed that number 64.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You want to go through that door, and he slams it in your face. Absolutely. We're going to go back up on top. Boy, that was a nice opportunity for us to be on the air, on the sideline.
Yes, it was.
What a spin move by number 20.
And it is 4th down for the Pioneers.
Number 14, Joe Swanson. He has taken all the snaps in the second half. Real good.
And we're getting a little bit of crowd interaction here because we've walked off the field. Now we're walking back to the bird's eye view. Hey, it's cool to be on the sideline, but eventually you got to get back up top to where you can see because that's obviously the best place to watch the game. All right, here we go. And I think the Pioneers on 4th down are able to convert and get a first down.
Tractor trailer makes first contact, maybe around 56. Chandler butts in on that tackle.
Next time we do that, we need to wear like a little hat or something that says we're on the air. Because, with these microphones that are clipped on us, we just look like regular bystanders. They might have thought that we stopped calling the game. All right, here we go. Pioneers line up in the I formation. And
Joe Swanson tries to get outside.
And the Buccaneers do a good job of extending the play, as we talked about before, and pushing him out towards the sideline. Hey, look who was right there by the play. The fire plug. He was right out there. He felt the pressure, and he was moving towards the play, drifting.
Hey, thanks to our trusty on-site reporter, Chris Ladner, we have a Franklinton High School update on homecoming night. With 6:11 left in the third quarter, Franklinton leads Hannon 28-7. And that's a re-elect John Weibel for school board scoreboard update.
And that was a shoestring heck of a tackle by the fire plug right there. He had a guy blocking him, and he still made
he pushed the guy back into the ball carrier.
Yeah, and he was able to reach out and trip that guy up. Fantastic job by the fire plug. And it looks like we got Jenkins down actually on the sidelines right now. Bobby Boucher, Meadowlark Jenkins. I don't know if it's a cramp or something else, but we do want to stay updated on Meadowlark Jenkins. And then the Pioneers are lining up in their I formation. Hands it off. Number 20 for the Pioneers.
Tractor trailer wraps him up around the waist, pulls him back.
And we have him at 4th down again. Hey, and the clock's already at 5 minutes and 27.
Thanks to Alex Boo Summerall, Major. He is he makes the sacrifice each and every week to stay home from the games, listen to us, to monitor Major League Baseball and the happenings as we draw closer to postseason.
Yeah.
At present, Padres 7, Mets 0. I know both Alex Summerall and myself will be pulling for the Yankees. Freddie Prinz, ugliest kick I've ever seen for a, I mean, it does not get any higher off the ground than maybe 12 feet.
And what's that, a 30-yard field goal?
Yeah, but he's perfect on PATs, and he squeaks through that field goal. Still, if I was a coach, I would not be comfortable with a kicker that struck the ball like that.
Hey, if he's playing against his own team,
that's blocked.
Might get blocked, right? So, yeah, you playing high-level competition, that might not go through the uprights. You got to get that ball up.
Carly King wanted to know if we had field passes to be on the sideline. Now, he's over there on the radio. If you want a double treat besides Buck Vision and hearing myself and Major McKelvin, turn in the old clock radio to 107.3 FM WFCG, the Little Country Giant, and listen to Arden Bird, the Bird's Eye View, and Carly King call it on radio. I'd love to hear that.
I know, it'd be nice to hear. It'd be kind of hard to do. You'd have voices going in your head while you're trying to talk. Not optimal. They put people in the nut house for that. All right, here we go. Lining up for the kickoff is Prinz. And Williams misses it, but picks it back up and attempts to return it. And is brought down at the 30-yard line by a crew of Pioneers.
Yep. Williams mishandled it for a second, picked it back up, has the ball at the 30-yard line. Flacco, Maddox McGee. Yeah, Maddox McGee has been really, really insistent that I give him a nickname, for weeks now. So it may change, but I thought of this today, and I'm going with Flacco.
Okay.
Nice block by Devion Bickham to allow Josiah Miller. Josiah Miller is slowly racking up some yardage on the ground for the Bucs. I knew a guy really well for a little over a year in Pensacola, Florida, whose name was Flacco. And I thought that was his name, but then I found out that was a nickname, and Flacco is Spanish for slim, thin, skinny, however you want to put it.
Second and short for the Buccaneers. Handed up the middle to Miller, and Engine Joe.
The middle buster.
Just keeps picking up steam. The engine picks up steam, makes it to the 50-yard line.
Now, is that a flag or some of the other pink? Now, that's the pink towel that came out of Engine Joe's.
A little misleading, isn't it? The pink towel and the pink flag.
And of course, the pink, in case you don't understand what exactly it's got, that's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I can't help but notice none of the Parklane Pioneers are recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which rude to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taken aback by their decision not to wear, which I'm joking about that. I never would let Maverick wear pink. I mean, hey, I'm all for breast cancer awareness, but whenever I'm dressing out the motor from the time he was 5 years old, well, now he ain't putting on no pink.
Buccaneers in their wing T formation, handed around the edge to Diamond Dev, and he puts a stiff arm in the face of number 84 for Parklane. Hey,
that was a straight ahead stiff arm.
You know, we went to the same high school, of course, in different eras. On film, he's getting picked on if he's got good teammates, for that one right there. That was one thing about film. If you got put on your butt, you getting picked on.
Oh, yeah.
And don't report that to the bully box. You deserve it. All right, here we go.
Well, a lot of times it was the coach picking on you.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Wing T formation. Ball's handed up the middle to Miller. Miller's able to fall forward for about 2 or 3 yards right there.
12 seconds left in the third quarter. It's 51-20. The clock has been running.
The clock has been running.
So we're counting it down. You're absolutely right. 51-20 as the clock strikes midnight is your final score. And I knew it was the fourth quarter, because that's why I said something about Injun Joe earlier. But regardless,